From the makers of truck nuts, Jamie, I bring you testicles. That's right. It's nuts that you hang from your boat. Tuck them in the water. Watch them float. You're on a boat. Testicles.
Testicles. Brandon Chalmers, we haven't really been on purpose tracking musicians who are assholes, but last week
we had a scare.
Last week, British newspaper tried to besmirch Sir Brian May, astrophysicist Brian May, Queen lead guitarist Brian May.
Great fucking hair.
Yeah. Brian May. Vox AC30 enthusiast Brian May. Man who built his guitar in his garage with his father and still uses it on tour in recording Brian motherfucking May. Some British piece of shit rag tried to imply that our good friend Brian May was a TERF.
Yeah.
They ambushed him. They took what he said out of context.
Yeah, they did.
And for like a very small portion of my life, I was very upset. I was very sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know what to do with that other than, I guess, I don't think I could bring myself to not listen to Queen if that was the case.
Yeah.
But I think at a minimum, I'm not allowed to headbang to Bohemian Rhapsody anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah. But fortunately, Brian May took to Instagram and said, no. Listen, friends, I was ambushed. You know me. I was in the band Queen.
Right. No, not was. Still am.
With Freddie fucking Mercury. So...
Yeah. It warms my heart.
Thank God.
That not all old white guys who are in rock bands are pieces of shit. Like, swear to God, if I find out that the guys in AC/DC are awful, that's it. I'm packing it in.
Oh, man.
I can't.
Oh, man.
Because I have watched so many random videos of like Brian Johnson hanging out with James May from Top Gear, or Brian Johnson hanging out with Dave Grohl talking about fucking Vans and touring and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
The adorable little fucking Australian calls everybody me son. And he's fucking great.
Yeah.
And the idea of that guy being awful, I don't know how I carry on in music. Like, I really don't. I think I just... I fire up, I get real deep into jazz and never, ever look up how any of them were as people, because I'm convinced, much like pro wrestling, I'll be fucking heartbroken.
Yeah. I never thought the day would come when I would put Queen and Kiss on a same level on anything. Because don't get me wrong, I am a big Kiss fan, but let us not misunderstand the musicality of the band.
Right.
They do 3 chords. Fucking Queen is a symphony. Like,
right. But what we've learned is don't stop me now because I was made for loving you.
Yes. That mashup would be so good.
Yes. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah. So I'm glad I didn't react on Twitter. I just sent you the text and I was like, this makes me sad. And then I sent you the next text and I was like, this makes me happy.
Right. Weirdly, I think it's a lesson in, it's a reminder of why I deleted Twitter.
Yeah.
But it's a lesson in, when it comes to public figures, as silly as this may sound, give it 24 hours.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
For one of 2 reasons. Either it'll get properly debunked, or you will find out it's twice as bad as what you initially thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there will be no middle ground.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
Like if it sits, because you got to figure like the second you're under the microscope, everything heats up for easily 4 to 6 hours, but the internet's a 24-hour machine.
Yeah.
So you got to figure 12 to 14 hours afterward, we are fucking white hot. And whatever scrutiny that can go under is getting it at its peak, no matter what time of day it is. Especially when you're at that level of being in fucking Queen. That is a global news cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Oh man. All right. Well, let's start this thing.
Yeah.
Brandon Chalmers.
Sir.
I do not watch sports, so I am unfamiliar with this particular broadcaster's name. Mm-hmm. But I believe there is a Baltimore broadcaster that when he gets really excited about a certain team performing well, he will say something to the effect of "Ain't the beer cold?" And
shit. No, you can't because here's the thing. I haven't heard him speak, even recorded, in easily 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
So when I used to say "ain't the beer cold," genuinely where I pulled that from was something that I still debate going and getting just from my office. There was the goodbye article in The Sun from when he retired from broadcasting, and that was the name of the article. And it was hung in the previous administration's uncle's kitchen, had a little Orioles corner. Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. The muse for my Balmer accent, if you will, had that hanging in his kitchen. And I remember seeing it every time I'd come over, and every time it made me smile. But yeah, I don't have anything for that. The best I can probably do for you, Jamie, is I am very familiar with CBS, or at least formerly CBS, golf host Jim Nantz.
Oh, I'll take a Jim Nantz. I'll take a Jim Nantz.
Jamie Noguchi, people of the internet, my name is Jim Nantz. I come to you this day. I have left my wife, Nan Nance, at home. Nan Nance. She is currently making bathtub gin. We are in a dry county. Anyway, I digress. My name is Jim Nantz. I am here normally bringing you the turmoil, the tribulations, and ultimately the triumph that is the coveted green jacket of the Masters, only on CBS. But I am no longer part of the CBS broadcasting team, at least to the best of my recollection. I'll have to ask Nan when I get home. But Jamie Noguchi, if there is one thing that I am very sure of, broadcasting to you live from the palatial greens of Augusta National, a place where honestly, it's problematic as fuck that there is only but one podcast that feels even remotely appropriate to be as punk rock as Jim Nantz can be. And that podcast, Jamie Noguchi, is the fucking Do It cast, part of something that I have never been part of because I am a broadcaster on CBS, the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Jamie, now when I say Hard Knock, I do not understand any of the other references other than Little Orphan Annie. Therefore, I will educate myself because I hopped on the internet before I came on here, and I learned that NOC means nerds of color. Now, Jamie, I know it might sound confusing by the dulcet tones of my Nance, but I am lily white. I mean, the driven snow. I mean, Anna asked me if I want to build a snowman. That's how white I am. But when I want to listen to great podcasts about things that I know nothing about, I turn here to the fucking Do It Cast, part of the Hard Knock Media podcasting network. Nan, warm the car. I've done my due diligence. It's time to go. Nance away.
Time for a patented golf clap. Very nice, Brandon. Very nice, Brandon.
I learned also that I think my Nance is just a real fast Elvis.
That's true. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna win this race.
I'm gonna win this race. Really, I've learned that my Elvis is also just Eddie Murphy's Elvis. Lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Speaking of which,
oh, nice, Brandon. We failed at Sheetsgiving.
No.
We failed at Sheetsgiving.
Yeah. We opted out of Sheetsgiving, Jamie, because we care about ourselves. Also, because weirdly, Sheets doesn't have any of their locations in major metropolitan areas that have, let's say, a mixed demographic. Now, say that as you will. I just happen to notice it that if you happen to hop on your Google machines, if you happen to be, I don't know, anywhere in the greater Maryland, DC, Virginia area, and you go to find yourself a Sheets, you gotta fucking take a hike.
Yeah. We have to go places where I don't feel comfortable stopping.
See, right, and that I think, Jamie, is kind of the idea. Is unless Toby Keith is doing the soundtrack for your town, you don't get a Sheets.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah,
because we're never around. Like we're usually never around for Thanksgiving. Last year was a bust. This year we were here, so like the concept of Sheetsgiving is awesome. Can you explain what Sheetsgiving is to the listening public who may not be familiar with this term?
So this in my sphere, I believe in our general sphere, was something that was created loosely. And I to my understanding, other people have picked it up and other people have different definitions of it. But for myself and everyone, I think in generally the art fight sphere, Sheetsgiving was something that got started because after Thanksgiving, years and years ago, back when I first started in art fight, and even probably a little before that, the co-host Marty Day and I used to meet up after Thanksgiving, and we would both have a pretty okay Thanksgiving. Like it was weird, awkward family time, at least for the most part. At least I can say for myself, it was weird, awkward family time. And we would need kind of a palate cleanser. And we would in turn then meet up afterward, maybe 9:30 at night. And we would head out and we would go hit the stores and see what had already been picked through from like the initial rush of people running into a Best Buy or a Target or what have you. And this is where you start to plan that I've never bought a TV on Black Friday or Thanksgiving. I've never bought any sort of real, I'm trying to think. That's not actually true. I did stand in line forever ago for an X to go buy a Nintendo Wii when they first came out.
Oh,
like stood in line at like 3:00 in the morning, sort of old school shit. Back when they didn't open on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But we would go and we would pick up things like video games or Tupperware sets or what have you, like the not so aggressive pickups. And we always went into it with an attitude of like, if we grab it, rad. If not, okay. And it wasn't a big deal, but it was always a weird kind of morbid curiosity with how the stores were laid out because it was so fucking aggressive.
Yeah.
Like you go down a Target like grocery aisle and there's fucking 50-inch TVs just lined up.
Buy us! No!
Right. And it's like, okay, so I guess we're not even going to bother with the electronics section. It's just basically run the ring road that goes around the outside of a Target and pick up what you can. So,
they got Gundam models now.
Yeah, I know. So we would leave there, and ultimately we would end up hitting usually the ones over in like the greater White Marsh area for anyone who is a Maryland resident. And then we would drive out to the nearest Sheets, which was way the fuck up Pulaski Highway in like Harford County, better known as Hazard County.
Hazard County.
And
awesome.
We would go into Sheets, and this is something that you didn't normally have. And you would go and place an order for food. Now, Marty's go-to was they had quite a bit of fried things, and he would usually end up getting some sort of burger. So like, and Sheets is pretty hardcore with their burgers. Like you can get all sorts of dumb shit on it. But as a side, you can get things like fried mac and cheese bites or jalapeno poppers or fried pickles or loaded fries, fries spelled with a Z, by the way.
That's how you know they're loaded.
Right. That's how you know they're loaded.
They start at the beginning of the alphabet and they go to the end.
So generally the rule for Sheets was you pick a beverage. This is where we normally would load up on the Arizona half and half, the Arnold Palmer, where if you ever look at that Arnold Palmer can, that version of Arnold Palmer looks like Michael Caine. Which in turn, every single time we'd end up getting Arnold Palmer's, we'd end up sitting there waiting for the food, standing in a Sheets, just Michael Caining at each other.
Michael Caine.
Right. And then when you go to order your food, the rule was, or at least this was my rule, Marty adhered to it most of the time because he didn't hate himself as much as I did. You ordered a sandwich, like burger, sandwich, sub, whatever it is. And then whatever they suggested for you of like, do you want fries with a Z as a topping? You were like,
yes, I do.
Yeah, sure, of course. And the idea is you just kept saying yes to whatever the fuck they would add on top. Right.
Yes.
Right. Then you had to get some sort of fried app as a side. And then you end up hitting on the way out. They had their own fresh baked sort of thing. So they had whoopie pies.
Ooh.
Right. And I'm talking like still moist. Like you go to grab it and the cake sticks to your fingers moist.
You need to describe whoopie pies because I think that's like I don't think that's a universal
It might be a Pennsylvania thing.
Yeah, like I don't think it's a universal thing.
The best way I can describe a whoopie pie is the proper way to eat a cupcake. So for anyone who has facial hair or dignity, when you get a cupcake, you peel back everything, you pull it out of its wrapper, you peel the top of the cupcake off, flip it over and mash it together and basically make a cupcake sandwich.
Yes.
Now the whoopie pie is a much more intentional version of this, as it looks like, God, I'm trying to remember what the heck they're called and I'm drawing a blank. I think it starts with an M. Where
moon pie?
A moon pie is chocolate dipped and it's not the same thing. They're the little French cookie thing. Macaron. Okay.
Or macaroons.
Right. Macaroons. So you think really big ones. So like maybe, yay big or so, about the size of your fist or so.
There's a French bakery that makes the giant macaron. It's so good.
And what Sheets did is they did 3 different ones. They did a chocolate with white cream. Okay. They did a chocolate with peanut butter cream. Oh. And then they did a red velvet. I'm a big red velvet fan, so I went with that. Marty, you usually hit the chocolate or the regular cream, but that was kind of the go-to. So, Jamie, to give you an idea, because I looked this up before when we were discussing doing Sheetsgiving, what you could end up doing. So I looked at the local Sheets menu, and for us, the local Sheets is in Westminster, Maryland. So it's I think it was 20 miles away from Dan. It's like 23 from me or something like that. Like it's a little bit of a hike.
That's a hike.
So I took a photo of this, and y'all kids can see it here, and I'll read it to you because I know it's a little hard to see with the glare, but I went to go order a steak sub. Okay. Now, on top of the sub they ask you, would you like to add an ultimate topper? Now, I haven't Sheetsgiving in a couple years, so I realized that I would need to go real fucking hard. Here are the suggestions that I would have had I been adhering to the policy to have ordered on top of this cheesesteak sub. Fried egg, fries with a Z, jalapeno poppers, mac and cheese bites, mozzarella sticks.
Nice.
All of these things, Jamie,
all of them
would need to go on top. And because I like to adhere to the spirit and also the letter of Sheetsgiving, that means my fried side would have to be something that wasn't on top of my sub. So we're talking about either like, I think loaded fries, like once I start adding bacon and jalapenos and all sorts of stuff like that on top of there, like I think that would still be okay, but I would probably go with either like a popcorn chicken or a fried pickle, fried pickle chips. They also
fried pickle chips are awesome. That sounds awesome.
They also have fried Oreos. And they're the only place outside of Disney that I know of that you can get Dole Whip.
Ooh.
Right out of the fucking pump machine. So you could go hard. Right. Or you can hate yourself and dip that fucking sub in the Dole Whip.
If it's
but for me, what I would like to do is order the fried Oreos and the Dole Whip and try the dip and see how that sort of hellscape like combination would end up working.
Yeah.
And then on the ride home, pray to whatever God I decide to believe in that day and hope that I don't die. Because Sheetsgiving is not about the journey. It's not about the meal. It's about perseverance and survival because we live in a hard fucking world, Jamie, and I need my insides to be fucking ready for what's about to happen to me. Because at some point along the way, I'm going to need to go ahead and cook myself a possum that I killed with a spork because the government shut down and I can't seem to get to a fucking giant food. So now I got to go and make possum surprise myself. And
possum surprise.
I know that I'm going to be okay and I'm not going to have to go running behind a tree because it's going to be the only one left in our newfound hellscape to go use the latrine because I powered through Sheetsgiving like a fucking adult.
Yeah. See, God, it might have been worth the trip.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It might have been worth the trip.
And like you, me and Dan were talking about this and you guys were like, oh, what about Rofo? It's not the same. I can eat a lot of fried chicken.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, but I've been to Rofo like once or twice, but it doesn't sound like they have as many fried items as they do at Sheetsgiving.
No,
Rofo
does fried chicken right. Their chicken tenders are fucking banging. They do a killer spicy chicken tender, by the way. Ooh. You should totally get on that. Right. And when they are fresh, their potato wedges are fucking spot on. But it's not the same. It's not the sort of like, I genuinely could see Johnny Knoxville wandering into his Sheets to film a bit. Like, that's the sort of thing.
Rofo is like, too clean? Is that like not death?
It's not challenging enough. Sheets has got a fuck around and find out kind of energy.
Right.
Like every time I walk into Sheets, genuinely, I think that is the best idea is I hear the Jackass music fire up. Like, right. I'm Johnny Knoxville and this is Sheetsgiving. Like, and you just watch this sandwich that you can only describe as a meat torpedo and you try and fucking house the thing and somebody has like, you know what it is? You get two people sitting across from each other inside of a Sheets ordering equally awful sandwiches and one of those chess timing clocks for like competitive chess where you take a bite and the second you clear it, you hit the timer and then check the next guy and they gotta fucking go until either one of them quits or you finish that fucking sandwich.
Brandon, we need to get a chess timer.
and somebody to lose against me because I came to win, Jamie. You understand?
God, I think I would put up Dan for that challenge.
I don't know if he's ready for that. He has volume capability, but as far as the desire to win, like you're talking to somebody who would be blasting Paul Stanley's Live to Win the entire way up and insisting that someone else drove so I could just both arms out the sunroof, just let the wind catch me in.
You know, I think this needs to occur.
You mean my untimely death based on fried foods? Is that what you're telling me?
No, but this sounds like fun as hell, and I would love to time it with something fun,
maybe we do that in like for my birthday or something like that.
Yeah. Or something. Yeah, because I feel like
God,
it's an all-day event. You just
talk about
the parking lot.
The fattest, most redneck, most equally fun and disappointing birthday I could possibly think of. Hey, friends and loved ones, why don't you gather with me at a gas station parking lot so we can take on an awful food challenge?
Yeah, because it would be fun as shit.
Yeah, it would be fun as shit.
And it'd be a little bit more warm because Saturday was cold.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea. Oh, that's the other thing. You eat on the trunk of the car.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
The food provides warmth. It also provides a shot clock to kill everything before it solidifies. Right, yeah.
Man, it might have been worth it. It might have been worth it.
This is what I was trying to convey over text message, and it just doesn't do it justice. Like there are awful food ideas, and then there's sheets.
It sounds like Rofo is too high class for the sheets giving experience.
I think it's more of the Rofo knows they do one thing really well and doesn't fuck around with it. It's like a good burger joint. Like we make other things. You can order a salad. I don't fucking know why.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. But like they know they make good fried chicken and they don't fuck around with it. So everything that is tasty there is a variant on the fried chicken. Though I do fuck around with the breakfast sandwiches. They are pretty tasty.
Nice.
But like Wawa, for example, they get fun with it where they have like the gobbler sandwich where it's like all of the Thanksgiving staples.
Yeah.
And they get fun with it a little bit.
But it's not fried.
They don't have that like the spirit of Dave Thomas where they just don't give a fuck about your insides. I need someone like if Wawa were to hire either somebody from the Wendy's or Taco Bell development kitchen where like you look at everything and you go, okay, let's do this thing. And like the Taco Bell guy would be super interesting because imagine if you gave a Taco Bell chef, I guess is the best term for it. Scientist is probably what I would consider them.
A food scientist.
Right. Yeah. A pioneer is what they are.
Goddamn genius.
Fucking artiste. You give them the sheets menu and all of the optional shit. Get ready for a kaleidoscope for your taste buds, Jamie. Like I'm talking things mashed together that you didn't expect. Like, they'd be getting weird with it too.
Yeah.
Like trying to talk them into some sort of weird like roast pork sandwiches or something like that. And, right. Yeah. Yeah. Get ready for a Hanukkah themed sub.
You mentioned Wendy's. Does Wendy, so near College Park, I don't know if every Wendy's did this, but you could get a double burger or you could get however many patties you wanted up till like 5. And do they still do that at Wendy's?
I have no idea. I haven't gone. The biggest asshole burger thing I have done even remotely recently, and it's been probably a year and a half, maybe something like that, was I did the Baconzilla at Checkers.
Ooh.
And really, if you're going like Checkers is another one of those restaurants that like, It's not dinner. It's a challenge.
There's a Checkers down the street. Anytime you want to go, we can hit up that Checkers, man.
Same. I got a Checkers right down the street too.
Chili cheese fries. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if Wendy's is still doing the like hate
the hurt you sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, the meat pentagon, like they're just
it's a transmutation circle.
Yeah.
It's Full Metal Alchemist.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we here at Wendy's decided to make the Baconator better for 4th of July. We got 5 patties of freedom. That's right. We spike a small American flag in the top of this bad boy to let you know these colors don't run and neither do you.
God. We need to do a shitty version of Burger Face where we hit the
right, yeah.
Wendy's, Burger King.
I think that's got to be like it can't even be called Burger Face. It's got to be like Burger Gettin' or something like that.
Yeah.
Or God. Just like the image of it that we post up before it happens is like Ronald McDonald crying over the Hamburglar's coffin or something like that. Like it's just got to be something dark as fuck.
Burger Attack. We'll call it Burger Attack because we're all going to have a heart attack afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
Burger Coronary. Brandon Chalmers, are you a fan of turkey?
I get down with turkey. It all depends on how it's done and what spices you put in it. But I at least appreciate that turkey can be saved in either sandwich form by other toppings because it's bland enough potentially, or it adapts to a proper gravy.
Can you describe? So I fucking hate turkey on Thanksgiving, but it's mostly because the turkeys I've had have been really dry or just it's not my thing. I've had 4 that I liked, like 4 in my lifetime that I was like, and I've lived a decent amount of time, not a lot, but enough to have tasted multiple turkeys. And there are 4 that I remember like not being sad about.
Out of conservatively, let's say the 30 Thanksgivings that you remember.
Yeah.
You got 4 that you were like
4. I don't hate this turkey. One, my crazy uncle did the deep fryer thing. And
always a good idea.
Everybody laughed at his ass and the shit worked. And that was a good ass turkey.
Yeah.
Audrey's aunt did a deconstructed turkey. So instead of getting a whole fuck bird, she got thighs and wings and did them separately because you can control the heat and
I've seen a lot of people do the turkey breast and we'll marinate just the breast and we'll do multiples of those and then just carve those up, especially if you're not a big fan of dark meat. I've seen people do that quite a lot.
Audrey's mom did the same thing, and then this past we did a Friendsgiving thing. Audrey did that, so 3 of them were actually one recipe. So I've had 2 types of turkey that didn't make me sad. Can you describe other like turkey leg at the Renaissance Fair? Doesn't count because that's a given. Everybody loves that shit. But can you describe for me turkeys that you enjoyed? Because I have not had that experience.
I have seen people. Usually, it involves a lot of butter and a lot of prep.
I like butter.
You want to get butter under the skin, which takes a bit of work. I've seen the, aerate and you literally are adding vegetables and spices inside the bird. You don't touch that for stuffing. That's how you get fucking food poisoning. I know there's a lot of people who still make the stuffing inside the bird. No. Like, look, don't get me wrong. That is the most fucking metal thing I can think of is I took a bird, a giant fucking thunder chicken that roams the earth for thousands of years. I ripped its fucking head off and I made soup. And while that stock is brewing to make gravy, I ripped its inner cavity out, hawked the rest aside because fuck nature and history, and then took a cornucopia, a horn of plenty of vegetables, chopped them, and then fucking raised my hand to the heavens and plowed them inside like some sort of terrifying fucking turducken porno. And then sealed that fucking bird inside a bag and then fucking cooked it. Like, okay, no problem. the turkey that I made the last time I cooked Thanksgiving, I enjoyed quite a lot. You're looking at a fair bit of rosemary and thyme, salt, pepper, lot of butter. I ended up making my Italian butter to use under it. So I take conservatively for a turkey, for the whole turkey, I used at minimum 2, was probably more like 2.5 sticks of butter. But basically, you want to soften it to room temperature, and you want to fold in Italian seasoning and garlic, like fresh chopped garlic. Ooh. And I would do it where if I have the time, I either press the garlic with the side of the knife. Don't use a fucking garlic press. You're better than that. Or you go full on fucking Goodfellas and you slice that shit with a razor and get that bitch real thin. Then fold that shit into the butter.
The butter.
Yeah. Then like put it back in a brick style form, refrigerate it, seal it back up pretty good. Then you can slice it in sheets, and then that helps you slide it under the skin.
I want that on a steak.
It's what I usually use to make my garlic bread. It's real fucking good.
I want it on a bread. I want it on a steak.
I've had it on beef. It's real fucking good. And basically, by the way, the rule of the garlic butter is you fold in enough stuff until you go, that's a lot of stuff in there. Then you're good. Until you're questioning whether or not you put too much in, you haven't put enough in. But yeah, so you want to do that. And then the way that I did it is literally I followed the turkey in bag recipe.
Yeah.
The other thing is I have found if you get a bird that's too fucking big, it is hard to cook properly and it will end up getting very dry.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cause like there's always been the size of the bird has always been gunga din motherfuck huge.
Right, but because you have big Thanksgivings and everybody wants to try and feed everyone with one fucking turkey.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that guy.
You could get 2 of them.
Well, here's the problem, though, is when you want to try and have everything be warm, that's where you need to split a team. That's where the uncle with the deep fryer is fucking great. Because that guy can run team B out in there. And here's generally the rule that I've also figured out, too. You can also get a little spicy with the fried one because usually if anyone is down with getting a fried turkey, they're usually down with some spices. Leave the bland motherfuckers the one that goes in the oven. All right.
He did. It was a 2 turkey day because there was a battle. It was like he got the fried one, we got the one in the oven, and the fried one for me. That was where it was at.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be, but like if you're doing it yourself and you're like, yeah, I'd like to do a Friendsgiving or something like that, something small. I'm talking 5-6 people.
Yeah.
Right. Don't overdo it with the turkey size. Like genuinely.
Or you can get like Cornish game hens. Or look, everybody gets a little baby hen.
It's a ton of fucking bones and it's not that good. Personally. Like at that point, Jamie, if you really are going to end up doing that, save yourself the trouble, buy 3 rotisserie chickens, cut them all up, and then focus on making some baller fuck sides.
Oh, I like a rotisserie chicken.
No one's going to complain about a rotisserie chicken. You can look to see which one of your grocery stores will end up doing some of the ones with extra spices. Some of them doing like a lemon pepper chicken and everything.
Yeah.
That has been an easy Friendsgiving for me too, is I focus on sides and then I get 2 or 3 rotisserie chickens. That usually means there's enough wings for everybody. There's enough drummies for everybody. And there's a ton of breast meat and you can dress and pull off of that rotisserie chicken real fucking fast.
Oh yeah.
Pull those breasts, fucking crack down the main bone, spatchcock the whole thing and lay the thing out and let people pull as they may. If you really want to get that hard with it, but you can present a fair bit of fucking meat there. Everybody can get hard. And then you can focus on things like handmade mashed potatoes, proper scratch made mac and cheese. Like you can really get into it. Fuck, somebody can bake bread. You can use that same garlic butter and make fucking garlic bread because nothing sops up gravy. And the gravy is the most important part, kids. You can have a shit bird, but a proper gravy and you'll be okay. Nothing sops up gravy like garlic bread.
Garlic bread and gravy.
Yeah. Or go full Italian and abandon the turkey altogether.
I do like that idea because I will make the meatballs.
Right. Because like everybody can complain, oh, I didn't get turkey. Yeah. You know what you did get? the fucking gravy, the good shit. That slow made dark red fucking gravy.
Yeah. You mentioned, I forgot what made me think of this, but Popeyes, they sell pre-seasoned Cajun turkeys that are frozen. And I forgot about that. And if I had remembered that, I would have tried to order one this year.
Yeah.
Because that makes me curious. Because
yeah,
I love the flavor at Popeyes. They've never done me wrong with the bird.
That's also the other thing that a lot of people won't tell you, and I'm gonna fucking tell you. Look for restaurants, look for places like Mission Barbecue, look for places that will do turkeys because they're gonna be proper, they're gonna be tasty, and you're not gonna have to put the work in, and then you can just focus on the sides and then just fucking heat that bird up in the oven on low just to get it to nice serving temperature, and then fucking serve the thing. Don't even worry about it. Also, bonus suggestion: ignore everyone. Go find one of those Peruvian chicken places.
Yes,
get like 9 fucking chickens.
Yes.
Don't serve anything else except Peruvian chicken and sauce.
Yes, we have one down the street. We love it. Their yuca on point. Their chicken always fucking good. They're always crowded, even during the panorama, because people know where the good food is.
Yep. And you can get in, get exactly what you want, and get right the fuck out.
Yep. Just like bags and bags of birds. Oh, Peruvian chicken for Thanksgiving, man. That sounds amazing.
Want a Thanksgiving without any of the work?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're helping a local business because the Peruvian chicken place is not a big ass chain.
Right. And then you come to me, I'll teach you how to make some proper mac and cheese. And then literally, and it's not hard, I'll teach you how to make mashed potatoes. And then you can doctor them fucks up. Or you can make mashed potatoes and then serve a sides bar and literally just fucking go with it.
Yeah. Or fuck all of this and get into a Steaksgiving.
Works for me. I see no issues here. But yeah, that's really the secret, is like no one, I don't know anyone who has a like turkey recipe that is fucking killer that everyone else is killer for.
Yeah.
What I know are people who have turkey recipes who are proven to be pretty good and no one complains about it. And you get a bit of confidence and they get a bit of pomp and circumstance. And the second you pull that bird out and you start carving the bird, basically people are just excited to fucking eat.
Yes. People are so fucking hungry. They don't notice.
Because that's really the other thing. Don't be an asshole. Serve Thanksgiving either at lunchtime or dinner time. Don't be that dick who serves at 3:00.
Yeah.
Because I'm hungry and that means that my judgment's off. I'm going to try shit I shouldn't try.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up digging into things because I feel it's the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
And then you're going to stare at me as I eat and watch me try and power that through. And I got to be honest with you, there's only but so much mashed potatoes and gravy can do to cover bad broccoli.
Oh, bad broccoli. Oh.
And there's going to be 2 people who may see this who are going to appreciate that, and that's okay. And that's as much as I'll say about that.
What do you think about brining a turkey? Have you ever brined a turkey?
No, look. I've seen jokes about brining a turkey. I've seen the bags and everything else like that. Why the fuck? Like, if you're gonna spatchcock that thing and you're gonna lay it flat, yeah, then you can probably brine it reasonably. All of the other ideas, why? Also, you're not making a fucking corned beef. What are you brining a bird for?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the only reasons I can see to brine a bird is to cover it in buttermilk and flour and make fried chicken.
Ooh.
Like, that's the only reason to brine a bird.
Yeah. I don't remember what he said he did, but I know he sent me a picture of it. Ben Penrod spatchcocked a whole ass turkey and did it on the grill and like slow and low, and the skin was all crispy. And
he
shit.
also has. That's also the other secret. Have a baller fuck grill, because that guy's got one of those Traeger grills, and those things are the fucking truth.
Yeah.
So like, if you're a grill nerd, and Ben, if you hear this, that is said with the utmost jealousy and love.
I wish we lived closer, because I would go over there.
God, seriously, I would carry that guy around like fucking Dave Chappelle in that P. Diddy thing, where he just like clap, and I just scoop his ass up. Right.
Where are we going, Ben? Where are we going?
Right. Yeah. And just hand him a bottle of breast milk and just let him go. Like, let's go.
But yeah, his looked good. I have never had a turkey that looked like what
everything that guy cooks looks good. That's like, yeah, he's cheating a little bit, and I'm fucking jealous about it. And that's why I'm saying it. Like, if you have never done a turkey before, don't. Like, I got to be honest with you. I think the smartest thing you can do is let somebody else cook that bird, and you make everything else.
Yeah, I think
when you feel more confident on the grill, and you know how to control heat that way, and you can slow cook a rack of ribs, I trust you with a turkey. Until then, know your skill set and really focus on the sides.
Yeah. The sides, everybody loves the sides too. Like,
no, right. No one will. You will get faster compliments on cornbread, mac and cheese, and hand mashed potatoes that are seasoned just so than you will that turkey.
Yeah.
Because most people are going to bury that turkey in gravy anyway, because they have a general distrust of it. Nobody's going into that turkey dry. No one.
Yeah.
They're throwing something else on top of it. And you know it. Don't waste your time.
Or go to a Chinese restaurant that's open.
There's that too.
We did that the next day.
There's always that.
Yeah. We got Szechuan Jin River the next day.
Hell yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Fucking ignore all of the turkey. That's okay. That's super secret. Is super secret. Fucking do a cast advice. Fuck the turkey. Go get Dan noodles.
Yeah. Dan noodles, flounder and sour cabbage, double cooked pork. Oh, fucking, I'm hungry now. They're fucking close. God damn it. I'm hungry now.
Yep. This is how Sheetsgiving starts, Jamie. We just talked about a whole fuck ass turkey and you're still hungry. And this is where I get you.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it.
Because I throw you in the car and you're like, what are we doing? And I'm like, jalapeno poppers and fried Oreos. Let's fucking go. You're like, I don't know if I really want those things together. And I'm like, look, man, I got it. I'm here. Who else is here? Get in the fucking car.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we solved Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Brandon, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at that guy Chalmers. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you?
Jamie Noguchi on Instagram, Angry Master on Twitter, and then wherever the hell you find this stuff.
Wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Wherever podcasts are sold. God, people actually sell this shit.
Yep. Speaking of which, go to MeUndies.com, use offer code Sheetsgiving in the top of the microphone. Nothing's going to happen. And be sure to tell them we sent you. Jamie Noguchi, let's wrap this motherfucker up. Kids, be excellent to each other. Please, if you have not done so, go get a fucking vaccine. Yep. And if you had, start scheduling your booster, kids.
Get boosted, because we are going to start learning more letters of the Greek alphabet.
Yeah.
Fucking
I can't wait for us to start naming all these other variants after other rad ass fucking Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what variant is it? Rodimus Prime. Yeah.
Omicron is lame too, because the Greek letter for Omicron is just an O. It's not like an omega or a delta or like a phi or something fun like that. It's just O. So it's like, it's the lamest. Delta is like a triangle. That's actually like cool, but like O is just Omicron.
Oh, well, that's the idea, Jamie. There's another variant. Exact.
Fuck. All right. Fuck.
Yup. Yeah. That's also the thing to remember, Jamie. Don't ask the turkey recipe. Your uncle doesn't believe in science. That guy's not to be trusted with a bird. Yep.
Send him out for beer and then lock the door.
Yeah, that's okay. He won't want to come back. You sent him out for beer.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's okay.
Okay.